Aladdin is a jungle mid-god that has a decent amount of debate on which way you should build and specialize him, and as such, makes him a bit difficult to pilot. So let me, Grandmaster Smite 1 player, show you how to play it the best you can. Before we start though, I want to remind you that this is a beta. Things are subject to change. If Aladdin is changed in any major way, I'll remake this guide for you. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin. When Aladdin spawns into the game, you'll see he has a lamp in his inventory. This lamp takes up an item slot and is linked to his passive. The lamp itself gives you stats based on stats. Let me explain. Aladdin gains 1% plus 0.4% stats based on the stats he gets from items. That is all stats. Aladdin's passive, 3 Wishes, has 2 parts. The first gives him 3 wishes he can get any time during the match, one of which has a condition. The first being wealth. For the next 3 minutes, God kills and assists provide 100 more gold. Second, immortality. While dead, you can instantly be revived, granting you 75% movement speed after leaving the fountain. The third being power. It resets all your cooldowns, abilities, and items. He also has 2 little genie eyes above his icon on your HUD. These eyes show your stacks of genie strength. It adds an extra effect to your abilities if you choose to do so, each of which I'll explain when I get there. Aladdin's first ability, Kulfic Invocation, is an ability that has a charge time. A lot easier to show than explain, so let me do that. Also, pause the video because there are a lot of numbers on the screen. Basically, you charge it and it forms into a rectangle. You can fire this out at any point while charging by letting go of the button. If you have stacks of genie strength, runes will appear at the ending point of the ability's fire range after being shot. When fully charged, however, you fire it in a rectangle, which goes further than if it were not fully charged. With Genie Strength, you can refire, sending the runes back to you. They will follow you wherever your current location is. So think like Thor's hammer. Aladdin's second ability, Sultan's Grace, is a dash, which dashes through enemies and deals damage. At any point during this dash, you can right-click to cancel it. If you have Genie Strength, you summon the Genie, which punches 5 times in a small circle in front of you. These punches scale 15% with Intelligence and 30% with Strength. If you are going in a more Intelligence-based build, you're going to want to max the 1 first, and use that as your main source of damage. However, if you're going a Strength-based build, you're going to look towards the 2 as your main source of damage. Aladdin's third ability, Agile Run, is a dash, but more like a light jog. If he runs into a wall, he latches onto it, running up the wall for 1.25 seconds before landing. The angle in which he runs up the wall is determined by your approach, so if you run in a straight line at the wall, you will go straight up. If you have a stack of Genie Strength, you can toggle it, which results in your landing zone knocking up enemies briefly. Aladdin's ultimate into the lamp is a lot. Let me break it down. You throw a lamp forward. If you hit an enemy god, you bring them into the lamp with you. The zone is a separate location on the map entirely that exists where both players are moved to it, but can only see the map if they are inside of it. The enemy initially hit has their health restored to a minimum amount. Aladdin's non-ultimate cooldowns are reset. The enemy whose hits active cooldowns are halved. The lamp is left on the ground behind them, which allows any god to follow in after them, after a short interaction duration. Think longer than picking up a buff, but shorter than teleporting with a portal or opening the fire giant door. Damage dealt by the initial hit cannot bring enemies lower than the health they would be restored to, and does not trigger item effects. The fight in the lamp can last a maximum of 16 seconds. Once those 16 seconds are up, everyone will be booted out of the lamp. An escape lamp appears 8 seconds into the fight. If Aladdin or his initial target dies, or only one team remains in the lamp, the escape lamp will appear early. Entering the lamp or leaving the lamp requires interacting with the lamp. Other than the 2 initial targets, Aladdin and the person he hits with the lamp initially, everyone else deals 25% reduced damage and take 12.5 more damage from those 2. If the fight is active and a different Aladdin brings a target into the lamp, they become the new combatants, and the previous combatants are now treated as if they walked into the lamp, so those debuffs that were just mentioned are applied to them. Gods outside the lamp cannot target gods inside the lamp, and vice versa. Being kicked out of the lamp interrupts any ability cast. Gods will be returned to their original locations and camera angles when leaving the lamp. Recalling in Aladdin's lamp is blocked. Aladdin ultimately, no matter how you choose to build him, is a scaling pick. You want to farm up, get your items before being too active on the map. Whether you're going a strength-focused build where most of your damage comes from your 2, or how I prefer to build him, the intelligence-focused build where you play to burst and poke with his 1, you want to get your items done. As always, check out Smite2.live for builds. You can see what the best are building and take what you like from there. Specifically looking at the pro section is what I recommend. You may not see the lamp in these builds, but that is because if you are only going strength or intelligence-focused, the lamp doesn't give much. But make sure you use all of your wishes before getting rid of the lamp. It is an active item that is bound to the wishes. You cannot, to my knowledge, buy back the lamp. So if you sell it before your wishes are up, you've wasted your wishes. Other than that, though, hope this helps. If it did, please leave a like and sub. We're close to 1K, and at 1K, I'll be doing a Q&A, so keep your eyes open for that. Thanks. Peace.